All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we got some interesting news. Now, this is kind of a little bit older news, but I just came across it. So it's new news to me, and anything this is actually pretty significant. Anything this significant is deserving of time on the channel. So we're going to be talking about the Dallas Cowboys and their pursuit of trading Jaylon Smith, the linebacker out of Notre Dame that's been in the league for a few seasons. He's played really well. He's been a solid linebacker. And apparently, they want to trade Jaylon Smith because his contract is coming up, and I don't think they want to pay him. After June 1st, they can trade him, which is today. So they can trade him after today. So anything can happen after this video goes up. I don't know. So let's get into it. The Dallas Cowboys trying to trade Jaylon Smith. Obviously, they didn't trade him because he's still on the team, and I haven't heard anything recently about them moving him. I read that they didn't get any good offers, or they didn't get any teams that were willing to take on his contract and trade for him. And so I asked the question, why do you want to give up on a guy like Jaylon Smith, especially when you drafted Micah Parsons and you've got Leighton Vander, Esch, who they just declined his player option, and they're going to keep him around for a while, let alone a couple of years. And despite all the trade rumors that are surrounding Leighton Vander Esch, because I've been hearing some things pop up around the little back alley channels of the sports world, of the NFL world, that Leighton Vander Esch has been popping up in some trade rumors. The Steelers have been connected to him, possibly giving up some picks for Leighton Vander Esch. So I don't know how true those are. They might be a little bit true. There's always a little bit of truth behind every lie. So there might be some truth behind the Leighton Vander Esch trade rumors. I don't know how serious the Cowboys are taking those trade offers. I think that they value Leighton Vander Esch more than they value Jaylon Smith. Obviously, I say this because they already tried to ship out Jaylon Smith and are going to keep Leighton Vander Esch, so obviously they value him a little bit more. But the fact that they are still taking calls for Leighton Vander Esch means that there's a possibility, if they get the right deal, and it's got to be the right deal, it's got to be the perfect deal, but there still is that little bit of possibility that Leighton Vander Esch could be shipped out for 2021, whether it be to Pittsburgh or whether it be to somebody else. But for the Cowboys to trade Jaylon Smith, sure, they could get something pretty decent back for him. At least I would think so, because he's still a solid player. He's still pretty young. He's not even, I don't know, what is he, like 26, 27? He can't be that old, so he's still got some good years left. Yeah, he's had those that nasty ACL injury in college that took him out for a while, but he's been back for a few seasons, and he's been productive. He's been a very solid player for those Cowboys, even on those bad Cowboys defenses. Even if they could get something pretty good for him, depending on who they're trading with, I don't think it would be the smartest move, because you could have Jaylon Smith play outside, you could have Micah Parsons play inside, and you could have Leighton Vander Esch on the other outside spot. That's three really good young linebackers who are all fast, who can all cover, and if you build up your corners and you get a couple pass rushers, that defense suddenly turns into one of the best defenses in the league, at least on paper. So I think the Cowboys need to keep all three of these guys, develop them, especially Micah Parsons, and then play them all together in some sort of combination, whether it be Micah Parsons on the outside, Jaylon Smith on the inside, whatever the combination may be. I think they need to commit to all three of these guys and keep that linebacking core there, because I really do think that Micah Parsons is the real deal. I think he's going to be a legit linebacker in this league. He's fast, he can cover, he can do everything. He can rush the passer. So I think that he's going to be a solid pick for them. He might even be Defensive Player of the Year this year. Or Defensive Rookie of the Year, I mean. So having all three of those guys, plus Leighton Vander Esch is already a solid player. Yeah, he gets hurt a little bit, and you could say that for all three of these linebackers. They all have injury history. Micah Parsons has had injury history, even though he did sit out this past season in college. He's had a little bit of injury history, not nothing major, but all three of these guys have injury history. All three of these guys have potential, really good, high potential. So I think they need to keep all three of them, develop them, commit to them, and develop that linebacking core. Because if you have a good linebacking core, as long as you have 2, maybe 3 decent corners and a pass rusher, your defense is going to be top of the NFL. I'm not saying the very, very top, but it's going to be top 10, top 5 at the most. So they need to keep these guys. They need to keep these guys. If they get a pass rusher, if they get a couple good corners, maybe a safety or 2, this team could be something. We already know that they've got a pretty decent offense with Dak Prescott coming back from his ankle injury. They've got Zeke Elliott. They've got Michael Gallup and Amari Cooper. The offense is fine. The offensive line is solid. The offensive line's good. The whole offense is good. They just need to work on that defense. That defense is bad. That defense was bad last year. They need to be better. And having Micah Parsons added to this linebacking core makes it better. So, in my opinion, I don't think that they should trade Jaylon Smith. I don't think they should trade Leighton Vander Esch. I think they need to commit money to both of these guys and just have all three of them play. What's the problem with running 3 linebackers that are all fast, that are all young, and can cover and rush the passer? I don't see the problem with that. So it looks good on paper. So we all know that not everything that looks good on paper works out in the actual on the field stuff. So I mean, it could end up blowing up in their face, and I could be eating crow in December when the Cowboys are out of the playoffs and have no future. So I mean, I could be, and maybe I'll look back on this video in December and say, what was I thinking? But for right now, I think they need to keep these guys. They've all got potential. I mean, yeah, you could get some decent stuff for them, but Cowboys, I think you should keep them. I think you should keep them. Run the three linebacker system, and just let them play. Let them see how they do. Maybe they turn out to be the best linebacking core in the NFL. Who knows? It's a possibility. So let me know down below what you guys think. If you guys agree with me, if you guys don't, tell me why. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Smash that like button. Peace.